What's up, buddy?
Nothing, just here hanging out, having a good day. How are you? How are you doing?
Good. This is kind of weird not being able to see you, but that's okay.
That's so weird because I can see you.
Oh, you can? Well, I can't see you because they got me sitting in front of the Hairdresser Power challenge logo here, which I know when you had to be here, you were sitting in front of here, and it was a little nerve-wracking, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I can tell you, I was on edge all day long thinking, oh my God, am I going to do this? How's it going to go? The anxiety of it all, just wondering, is it going to look right? Is it all going to work out? The most important thing is, do I have enough time to finish everything? It was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, people don't realize that when they come in here, there's a big step. You don't even know what's going on, right? Because we have all this procedure. You know, we do the pre-interview, we talk about the model, we have to take the pictures. I mean, there's a lot of setup, right, Victor?
Oh, there is so much setup, and there's so much setup prior to even showing up, having your ideal and your concept and your everything, what you want to do for your photo shoot and for the challenge for that day. You got to prepare before you go there, and then you go there and you think you're prepared, but you're like, oh my gosh, I got to work this out with my timing and with my color placement and how am I going to style it, and then go into the photo shoot. It's a lot, especially for like myself. I usually do like the color work the day before, and then the day of the photo shoot, I'm just there styling. So this was a lot more pressure because I had to do it all in one day in a limited time.
That's why it's called the Hairdresser Power Challenge.
Got it.
That's what I want everybody to understand. Because you were the first. You're the pioneer in this. And
yeah.
I wanted you to tell people, this is for real. This is not a game. It is a big time challenge. Doing a transformation basically in 2.5 hours is, you got to be on your game, right, Victor?
Oh, you totally got to be on your A game. You've got to have it down. You have to have your well, I'm so fortunate to have my makeup artist, Selena Lopez, always with me. So that always helps gives me that little comfort zone of having my little family working with me when we're doing it. But the pressure and just getting everything going and knowing what to do is so hard. And especially because you don't know what's you have in store for us. It's like, I didn't know if there's going to be a twist or a turn. It's like, I didn't know how the timing was going to work. So you just had to adjust whatever you were going to do into that time frame.
Yep. I'll tell you, the twist or turn is really you. I always say to people, I go, it's yours to lose. In other words, I don't think in this season anybody really won it. They just didn't lose it. You know, does that make any sense to you, Victor, what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like everybody brought great work to the table. It's just, I'm just fortunate I won the show. So I'm just so thrilled with that.
Yeah, well, you did it all. It's, remember, in the judging, and that's the thing I want people to understand. In the judging, it's all about your concept, about what you're actually accomplishing, and the transformational effect. For example, technique. You know that Melissa, in the round, she pulled it out in the second round, but unfortunately, her technique was not so strong in the first round. She had a lot of staining. And she also had, you know, as far as the transformational part of the cut, she trimmed off very little, so she was marked down for that. Then she came back in the second round in the photo shoot and took advantage of, you know, her skills with makeup and hair and a great model, and she won that second round. But because you were so consistent, that's why you won.
Oh, I was thrilled about that. It's like, it was well thought out, and the transformation I did was nice because I took about 5-6 inches off Chantel's hair, so I gave her a whole new look with an asymmetrical bob with a little extra texture. So her transformation was huge in my eyes.
It really was. And that's the name of the game. It's funny, you were the first winner of the very first episode, and you really understood what we were talking about. You got it. You did it right. You did a transformation. In fact, you tried some very interesting techniques there.
Oh yeah, I brought out a really fun, the old zig, the bracket racing with the broads. You could wrap back and forth, and with that, it was also extremely time consuming to do it. So then I was freaking out a little bit, thinking, "Oh shit, am I actually going to have enough time to finish this look?" Because it's not a quick like curling iron beach wave kind of look. It is a little bit more intense, avant-garde, a little bit fashion forward look.
Now, the cool thing that people might not know is that you actually went to Home Depot, bought the metal, and made those yourself, didn't you, Victor?
Yeah, absolutely did. I'd seen it before on somebody else that had done it, and I'm like, well, I can make these. I went out and bought the metal, bent them, cut them all up, and it's like, it was a challenge to make actually the tools to set up the hair for the shoot too, because it's like I had to go to Home Depot, get them, make them, and it was like It was a lot of extra work,
Yeah.
but it all paid off.
You know, the thing is, her hair was not so simple either. Her hair's finer, and
Correct.
you know, one of the things that I was concerned, and you know, I gave you a little advice throughout the thing, so did the judges. We were always talking to you, and because we want the best work, obviously. You're really familiar with our brands, and you were familiar with our colors, so that wasn't an issue for you. But
No,
that hair texture wasn't it? Can you tell us a little bit about her hair texture and some of the challenges you've had with it?
say that one more time.
Can you tell us a little bit about her hair texture and the challenges that you had with
Oh
her?
God, that's such a nightmare. Now, rethinking it, and I know better than this. The part that makes me so upset. It's like her hair texture is extremely fine, and I could have got the look if I would have slowed my roll and not went in with a brush. But I was concerned about time, so I thought if I brushed it out, it would give me the same desired look. But it didn't. So I should have went back in, slowly broke them all up individually, and then would have got a little bit more of the zigzag finish look that I desired. But I was pressured under time, so I just went in there with a brush. And after the first stroke, I'm like, oh, crud, this is not going to be. It still had a cool look, but it was not exactly what my desired look was. But it was still a fun, fashion-forward look, so I loved it.
Well, what you picked out for her outfit was really incredible.
Oh,
She was a great model. You know, I know she's not necessarily a 100% professional model, which I kind of like. Because isn't
right.
that kind of what we do as hairdressers? We take people that are off the street and we make them gorgeous. I mean, isn't that what you do every day?
Oh, that's what I do every day. Is I try to take your average person and try to bring them up another level, make them feel good about themselves, and they'll leave the salon just feeling a little bit better about themselves, almost feeling like the supermodel. And especially in our salon, we have a backdrop where we will pull it down to give them Instagram pictures, so then they feel a little bit more special because they're going to get that extra shot, and then they feel like a model. So we absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you know, when you look back, they always call it like Monday morning quarterbacking, you know, where you look back and say, what would you have done differently? What do you think you would have done differently in this first episode now that you've been through it? What would you have
The only thing I would have, two things I would have done differently. First of all, I would have made the color a little bit more vibrant and a little bit darker, so that way when I brushed it out, it didn't look a little bit faded. And the second thing I would have done is definitely just not use the brush and went in there a little bit more time consuming and braked up the curl that I had placed in there. But overall, I loved her outfit. I loved the mask. I loved her makeup. I thought all that was extremely strong.
It was incredible. And I think you felt pretty comfortable just in the whole situation under pressure. I know it was a lot of pressure. People don't realize how much pressure this really is until they get here, right?
Oh, you have no idea. I was talking to two of the two, Melissa and Eric, and they were both, one had an upset stomach, one couldn't sleep the night before, and it's like, I understand it. It's like, oh my God, there's a lot going on. It's like, wow, you gotta like realize there's a camera on you. You gotta be conscious of what you're saying and do your work. And it's like, oh my gosh, the pressure is just on top of you.
Well, I don't think, Victor, that you really realized that we were going to be on a channel like CNBC, which is in, you know, almost 100 million households.
Oh my God, that
Saturday.
blows my mind.
So I think one of the things that I want to tell people that come on this show is, guys, make sure that you put your makeup on, make sure that you dress nice, and make sure that you're serious about what you're doing, right, Victor?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about the images, right? We're trying to elevate the level of hairdressers. It's like, show yourself as a polished hairdresser. Come with your makeup done. Come with in an outfit that looks pleasing. I mean, you got to look good. Think about what you're going to put your model in. What are they going to wear? You got to think all these things out clean and clear before you show up, because otherwise it's going to make you look bad in the end.
Yep. And the big thing we've always said, and we've said it constantly, is you've got to have a concept.
Oh, absolutely.
Have a plan, and you've got to execute, right, Victor?
Oh, absolutely. You definitely have to have a plan. You have to talk with your makeup artist, your model, and yourself, and go through it and have it all laid out like almost on a storyboard. It's like, this is what it's going to look. The look's going to look like. This is the kind of the poses I want you to do, and this is what the end result's going to be. So it's really important to have all those things come together.
We had another question that was pretty interesting, is if you had more time in what you did in the first episode, if you had more time, where would you have wanted to put more time? What do you think? What technique, what system, what is it, color, is it styling? Where would you have had
I was okay with the coloring time. I wish I would have had a little bit more time during the styling. That way I could slowed my roll, fine-tuned it a little bit more, and had it a little bit more polished to what I would have liked. Actually, we went back the following week and redid that same shoot in my salon where I took it out, and it looked so much better. But hey, I was happy with it that I won, so that's good.
Well, let me ask you a question too, and this isn't on the seat, this is just coming from me. You do realize that we're doing a beauty book, right? And that beauty book is going to go out to all the major salons in the United States. And it's a 200-page book. And it's beautiful. And you're going to be showcasing that. You're aware of that, right, Victor?
Yeah, you told me that, and I'm so excited about that. I think that's just going to be so great because all salons are looking for like really cool lookbooks to have in the salon and just turn the pages and like, oh, get inspired. I think it's going to be amazing. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see the book. And if it comes out anything like the Hairdresser Challenge show, which was outstanding, I can't even imagine how great the book's going to be.
Yeah. Well, you know, another thing that people don't realize is in this round, in this episode, we're on CNBC, which is now in all the airports. So a lot of people are walking through the airports calling me going, hey, wait a minute, what's Victor's face doing on all these screens in the airport? Which is kind of awesome, right, buddy?
Oh my God, that's so amazing. When you told me that, it's like, it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, that is just so cool. Especially because I just can't wait till I have one of my clients, because I have a lot of clients that travel a lot. I just can't wait to have them come back to the salon and say, oh my God, I saw you at the airport. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, that's gonna be just great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, now it's available on YouTube. The episode is now up on YouTube. So if people want to go there, they can go to hdpchallenge.com and subscribe. And then whenever there's a new episode up, it'll go right to your phone, which is awesome. I don't know if you subscribed yet, but make sure we let everybody know about that, Victor, because that's the way a lot of people view their television now. The thing is, though, if it's just on YouTube, it doesn't really have that credibility. So the fact that it is on national television and the fact that, you know, it is a real show and it is all these things, I think it makes it even more powerful, right? What do you think about that?
Oh, it makes it 100% more powerful. It just makes your brand stand out so much more than other brands. I've never seen any of the other brands do a challenge like this. That's what makes it so exciting. And I'm so excited that I was a part of the first round.
Yeah.
And I mean, even more excited that I won the first round. So
yeah, I know. You did incredible, Victor. You were nervous, you were there, but you focused, you bared down, and you kicked some butt. Now, I want to ask you some questions. This is, you know, something that I'm curious as to, because I really hadn't had a chance to talk to you, but we've been kind of busy, just, you know, hey, how you doing, like always, we've been friends, right? But when you were doing that, you know, let's talk about the judging. Let's talk about the judges, okay? So I know you got a little beat up. I know you did. But how did you feel about, like, the judges? Like, how did you feel about Alan? How did you feel about Dennis?
I was actually,
how they scored you? Yeah.
Oh, I was just really crushed when Alan called me an average hairdresser, because like I think about it, and I think I'm anything but average. I always thought of myself as an above average hairdresser. So that one I took personally, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. And like, ouch, that freaking hurt.
Well, you know, Victor, when you say it with a British accent, it doesn't sound so bad, but it does hurt, I know.
Oh, it sounds worse than a British accent, too.
It does, it's worse, huh?
Oh, you're just an average hairdresser.
Remember this? Well, mate, the best of the worst and the worst of the best. You know what I call that? Average, mate. Then he's like, and you're like, oh. So how did you feel when he said that?
Oh my God, I took it. I actually stepped back. I'm like, really? And I'm like, I never thought stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Did it make you like want to just even go harder when he said that?
No, it just made me want to hit him.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Alan, he's a great guy, man. He knows what he's talking about, though, doesn't he?
Actually, it's true, because I've been actually texting and talking to Alan after the show, and he's just a great guy.
Yeah, so everything's good between you two. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So what about Dennis, Captain Color? How'd you feel about him?
Oh, I like Dennis. Dennis is such a nice guy, and he's so freaking brilliant. I mean, he's so smart with color. Oh my God, if I ever have any questions, he would be the man I go to. The only thing I didn't like when he told him that when I brushed my hair out, it looked faded. That could have been because it should have been a little bit darker, but that is like, oh God, yeah, I see that. But it's like, oh man, why'd you say that? It's like, oh, now I see it. Because I didn't see it until he said it. And then once he said it, I'm like, oh crap, you're right.
Well, think about it. You're doing a major transformation in 2.5 hours.
Correct.
That doesn't happen in the salon. That's why it's so
Absolutely.
challenging. And the fact that you could do it, how did you feel about the fact that you accomplished that in 2.5 hours?
Oh my God, it felt so great. It's like, oh my God, it was self-rewarding. It's like, because I was able to accomplish that in just 2.5 hours. And I'm telling you guys, whoever is up on the show next, 2.5 hours goes extremely fast. You have no idea how quickly it goes. And you're like, you're doing your little things, and all of a sudden you're looking at the clock and you have like 10, 12 minutes left, and you're like, oh my gosh, you got to hurry your hustle.
Yep, and then we only have 2 bowls, and in your case, you know, people cooperated, of course. We've had shows in the future shows where people got stuck in the bowl, and time was up, and you can't judge the color, and they lost because of that, even though they had an amazing work going. It's all about timing in the show, and it's all about also working together with the other contestants. We had one of them one time where they ran over to the sink on the side and started rinsing the hair. So the drama is real, right, Victor?
Oh yeah, that was for real. Yeah, your timing was tough. Yeah, that's when me and Erica almost went head to head, because I thought I was concerned about the timing. So I thought, well, I'll just have my model sit in the shampoo bowl. That way I can secure my bowl. And then Erica's like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Chantel, just sit there because I'm going to need this bowl. But Erica and I worked it out, and it all worked out. But I was not happy about that shampoo bowl. I just thought this is the safest place for her to be. That way can assure that her color would get rinsed and I'd be done in time, because there's not a lot of time.
Hey, that's why I continually tell you guys, hey, you've got 20 minutes, now you've got 10 minutes, you know, and there's a reason why. People don't realize we want to see good work. We want to see you guys, you know, doing and succeeding, right? And creating great work. How do you feel the show represented you as a hairdresser? How do you feel about that?
Oh, it represented us 100% about the hairdresser. It got to show exactly what we do with transformations, cutting somebody's hair from long to short, changing their color, giving them a new look, making them feel beautiful and like a model. Yeah, the show is everything about a hairdresser.
Right. The other thing I wanted to know is, you know, on the judging, because these are some of the questions that people have been asking, is on the judging, do you think that it was fair? How do you feel that it was for the judging?
I think the judging was fair, though it's a little hard, because it's like once you put your work out there and what you see as beautiful and nice, and they don't see it in the same way, it's kind of hard to say, well, how did you judge that when my eye sees artwork different than your eye? So to me, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you judge a painting, you know, from two different people, and one loves it and one hates it? It's like, wow, the painting's still the painting.
That's
and the
true.
hair, so it's hard. So it's like, especially when it came to the cutting, it's like, oh, I like that cut. And it's like, when they didn't like it as much as I did, it's like, okay, that's just perspective. So it's hard because like you have no control over what the scores they're going to give you.
Yep. Well, that's why you have to bring it extra hard, right, Victor?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of it too, because I've seen 13 shows with the guys and different judges, it's if you execute your plan, they really give you points for that. If you come in and you execute your plan properly, and you have a plan and you have a great transformation, that's when you get all the extra points. I mean, and I think you kind of felt that even in the first show, didn't you, Victor?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I agree with that 100%. I think if I was fortunate enough to execute everything that I said I was going to do, except for the color, it could have been a little bit brighter.
That's right. And then the last question I have for you, unless we have any other open questions, is if you could give advice to any of the future contestants, because you're the first winner of the first show, what would you tell them, Victor? What would you give advice to people that are going to come on for the next season?
Oh, I have a ton of advice for the people coming up. Really think about what you're going to do. Work on it. Have a plan. Have a game plan. Show up dressed, ready with makeup on. Have your makeup artist. You guys get together and discuss exactly what you're going to want. Do what you say you're going to do. Go in, if you're going to do it, when you do your transformation, say exactly what you're going to do and nail it. Definitely think it out. Practice on wefts of hair, the color that you're going to do. That way, when you go to the studio, you already know exactly how it's going to work and how it's going to run. It's so important to have everything all planned out and have your master map laid out.
Yeah, I agree. I think people that came in, they didn't really realize that this was going to be on national television. They didn't really realize that this was going to be a book that was going to be given to every major salon in the United States, and then it was going to be on YouTube worldwide. I don't think they realized the impact that this show could potentially have on our industry. What do you feel about it?
Oh, I know. That's absolutely huge. And I'm so blessed and honored to have been a part of it. I just think it's so cool. I can't wait to see the lookbook. I can't wait to see all the other episodes, see what everybody else has done. I'm just excited for the whole show. The Hairdresser Power Challenge is just, I think it's amazing.
Yep. And the nice news is, Victor, since you won your show, you get to go into the semifinals, and we'll be seeing you on TV again. And I think we're going to love your work. I know that was a big challenge. I know it was a big battle, but we're not going to tell anybody what happened. But obviously, the second round, I think you did amazing as well. I think you did great.
Thank you. Yeah, the second round was interesting and fun. I can't wait for everybody to see it. I wish I could tell you what happened, but I would just want everybody to stay tuned and watch because it is exciting and it's really fun.
Well, Victor, I mean, you've got a lot of people that have seen you, and you've got a lot of exposure now throughout the United States and now the world with YouTube. Tell us a little bit about where you are, your salon, and how do people get in touch with you and social media wise and everything? Because I think they're very interested. Because you're a great guy, you're a great character, and you do amazing work. So tell us a little bit about your salon and how to get a hold of you and everything.
My salon is in Southern California, in the city of Costa Mesa. I've owned my salon for 9 years, and it's my namesake salon. It's called the Victor Paul Salon in the city of Costa Mesa. You can find me on Instagram at VP Hair, or you can follow the salon at the Victor Paul Salon.
Yep. And what do you specialize in, Victor, besides just making people gorgeous?
I specialize in blondes. I do 90% all blonde work. I've been voted #1 blonde hairdresser in Southern California for the last 3 or 4 years, which is really cool. So I do mostly blondes.
And I know you and I have a mutual friend, obviously, that you do her hair.
Correct.
Orange County Housewives, Gretchen. And you've been doing her hair, and she's a famous blonde. So tell me about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been doing Gretchen Rossi's hair from Bravo, for about 10 years now, since probably season 4 of Orange County Housewives. She's no longer on the show, but I still continue to do her hair, and she has so many followers. So it's every time she puts something about me, I get tons of hits on that, and so that's really cool.
Yeah, I know. It's great, isn't it? Well, Victor, thanks so much for being on the first show. I can't wait till your second appearance is going out nationally, and then we'll have you come back and interview you again and let people know about that show that you did. So thanks so much. And,
hey, thank you for having me. This has been fun. Have a great day, man.
You too. And remember, everybody, HDP, Hairdresser Power, challenge with an E.com, and sign up and subscribe. And every time we have a new episode, we'll send it right to you. And thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. We're out.